Some children don't speak much, not because they're shy, but because their inner world is louder than the outside one. Today, we explore the hidden psychology of the introverted child and what they're really trying to tell us. Most people think an introverted child is simply shy, nervous, or too quiet, but what we often fail to see is that this quiet child may have the richest inner world in the room. Introverted children notice details the rest of us overlook. They process emotions deeply. They observe before they speak. They think before they act. And because of this, they often appear silent, not because they have nothing to say, but because they have too much inside, and they're choosing their words carefully. From a psychological perspective, introversion is not a flaw. It's a type of mental wiring. Introverted children recharge by being alone, not because they dislike people, but because social interaction drains their mental and emotional battery faster than others. Their brain is more sensitive to stimulation, so loud noises, crowded rooms, or too many interactions at once can feel overwhelming. Inside their minds, everything is analyzed. Why people act the way they do, the emotions behind every word, the meaning behind subtle expressions, their own reactions, thoughts, and fears. They are thinkers, deep thinkers, in a world that often rewards loudness. Introverted children may speak less, but when they do, their words tend to carry weight. Their silence is full of meaning. While society celebrates outgoing personalities, the introverted child carries strengths that are often overlooked. They possess emotional intelligence deeper than their words reveal. They feel empathy in a way that touches others quietly. Their imagination is powerful and endlessly creative. They observe the world with accuracy, noticing what others miss. Their decisions are thoughtful, never rushed. They focus intensely, entering a flow state with ease. And this inner discipline becomes one of their greatest strengths. Many geniuses, philosophers, writers, inventors, from Einstein to Newton to J.K. Rowling, were introverted children. They built entire worlds quietly in their minds. Their silence is not emptiness. It is a space where ideas grow. The world today is louder than ever before. Schools push group activities that drain them. Parents expect constant social behavior. And society praises personalities that are loud and outgoing. But introverted children hate being forced to perform. They shut down in environments that are too noisy. They feel invisible in crowds. They get misunderstood as rude or distant. And too much social pressure exhausts them quickly. But the most painful part? Many introverted children learn early that their quietness is treated like a problem. But silence is not weakness. Silence is inner strength. Introverted children often observe quietly before speaking or joining in. They take a moment to understand the environment, the people, and the emotional tone. They need quiet moments to recharge. Solitude isn't loneliness for them, it's mental oxygen. Introverted children think deeply before they speak. Their silence is a sign of processing, not lack of confidence. They prefer meaningful friendships over large groups. A single trusted friend can be their entire world. Crowded or noisy spaces can overwhelm them. Their minds absorb every detail, every sound, every emotion. Introverted children create entire worlds inside their minds, filled with stories, ideas, and imagination waiting to unfold. They often express themselves better through drawing, writing, or music rather than speaking out loud. They don't seek attention, they seek understanding. Their world is about depth, not spotlight. Introverted children pick up subtle clues: body language, tone, emotions, tiny signals hidden in everyday life. With patience and gentle guidance, their abilities shine naturally. Pressure only makes them retreat further inward. Introverted children open up slowly. A calm, non-judgmental environment gives them permission to express their thoughts freely. Alone time isn't withdrawal, it's renewal. Respecting that boundary helps them return to the world with clarity. Don't push them into large social groups. Let them connect slowly, at their own natural rhythm. When they say crowds overwhelm them, take it seriously. Validation strengthens trust and emotional security. Give them space to express themselves through art, storytelling, or music. Creativity is their natural language. Help them practice phrases like, "I need a moment," or "I prefer small groups." These tools protect their emotional energy. Introverted children thrive with routines. Predictability reduces emotional overwhelm and builds confidence. Introduce social situations slowly. Start with one-on-one playdates instead of large groups. Highlight their empathy, focus, creativity, and deep thinking. These aren't weaknesses, they're their superpowers. Every child blooms differently. Comparison only damages self-esteem. Acceptance allows identity to grow freely. Help them articulate when they feel tired, overstimulated, or uncomfortable. This builds emotional intelligence. Children absorb emotional energy. When you remain calm, they learn to center themselves through your example. Introverted children respond thoughtfully. Give them time to process instead of expecting instant answers. Teach them that quietness isn't a flaw. It's a form of strength and awareness. Some introverted children shut down because the world around them feels too loud, too bright, too fast. Their brain is receiving more input than it can handle. Silence becomes their shield, not avoidance, just a way to protect their emotional and mental energy. They often speak less because they fear being judged, corrected, or misunderstood. Their mind rehearses every sentence before it leaves their lips. Introverted children feel everything more deeply. The tension in the room, the tone of a voice, the emotions of others. Their mind doesn't react instantly. It analyzes, breaks down, and reflects before responding. When they finally speak, their words are thoughtful, precise, and often more meaningful than the noise around them. They withdraw not because they dislike people, but because their inner world needs time to recover. If we truly understood these hidden variables, we'd stop calling them shy and start calling them wise. Introverted children don't grow under pressure. They grow when they're given the freedom to simply be themselves. Don't push them to speak instantly. Silence is not avoidance. It's processing. Celebrate their deep thinking, empathy, creativity, and focus. Their strengths don't shout. They whisper. Help them understand it's okay to say no. Boundaries protect their sensitive, emotional world. They thrive in calm, predictable spaces. A peaceful environment allows their mind to expand. Some introverted children express more through writing, drawing, or gestures than speech. Let them use the language that fits them. Introverted children often blame themselves for being different. Teach them that quietness is a strength, not a flaw. They don't need to be pushed into the spotlight. They need gentle guidance, patience, and understanding. Introverted children may not speak loudly, but their inner world is powerful, rich, and full of meaning. They feel emotions in layers, soft on the outside, intense on the inside. Their heart beats with depth most people never notice. Introverted children observe the subtle things, the emotions behind words, the details others overlook. What they don't say often carries more truth than the noise around them. Their silence is thoughtful, not empty. An introverted child is not a broken extrovert. They are complete exactly as they are. When the world stops expecting them to be loud, they finally start becoming themselves. Give them space, give them time, give them acceptance, and watch them bloom in their own quiet way. In the end, the quietest child often becomes the strongest thinker. A quiet mind can change the world.